Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of GMS Ruel, who I learned this truth from. And salutations and blessings to you elect out there, starting with 144,000 on down. So the title of this lesson is called Excessive Sin Changes Vibration. Something to that effect. I don't know exactly what I'm going to call it. And pretty much the inspiration for this was we had the elder Akaya Napash and the brother Shaquat from the GMS Montreal branch visit us this week, Friday and Saturday. And pretty much we were chopping it up after the lesson we did Friday. And after brothers ate, we went for a walk, to walk off the food. Right, but we're at this brother's place. Brother lives in the hood. And so brothers are saying, it's already, what time, 10, 11, 12. It's not the wisest thing to be, walking about. Even the scriptures in Sirach says that. Sirach tells you, do not walk in the solitary places of the city. Right? But anyway, brothers are thinking, because even a park, you still got to walk through some mud, some area, to get there. So the Spirit told me there's a street right when you go outside. There's a street, and it's a neighborhood street. It's like pretty much a suburban street. I said, we can walk there, because I remember the bus goes through there, and there's nothing going on over there. It's just a normal neighborhood, family house neighborhood, but it's just off the street. It's off the street. I'm not going to say where it is, because people in Toronto, they know the exact street. It's a very famous one. But anyway, there's a street right off it, right? So you're going up this major street that has all these hoods on it, and it's just bad and whatever. But you got this little street that we went to, and as soon as we went there, the elder Kayan Napash said the air feels different, and it was very tranquil. He was right. When we went there, as soon as you go outside the brother's house, you got sirens, you got Jake outside at bars, and and never mind that. It just, if you're spiritually in tune, you'll just feel like, it feels constricting, right? It feels constricting. It feels like someone is kind of constricting your whole center. I don't know if that makes sense, like your spirit or soul, right? Like in your chest. So it feels very eerie, just not good. You got to be on your P's and Q's. But as soon as we went down to this street, brother, the air automatically opened up. Like the vibration, the frequency was completely different. And so brothers were talking about that, and that makes 100% sense. And I'm doing this lesson today because also, as I was thinking about that, I'm on my walk, I was actually tying that to something that I feel too, that I wasn't, I guess, maybe not aware, but I didn't point it out. I never mentioned it, but it is facts, because this same area, I'll stay at the brother's house sometimes, and you got a beautiful park, man. You got a beautiful river. You can walk, all right, for miles, okay? But to get there, you got to walk through some bullshit. If any brothers lived in the hood, you know what I'm talking about. You got to walk through some bullshit, and that feeling sometimes stops me to even go. But obviously I go, but I'm thinking like, fuck. It's just a vibration. And look, bro, I lived in the hood before. I seen people get, whatever. But it's not even like that, mans are watching you, or people are watching you, or this and that. I'm just talking about the feeling on your spirit, bro. The feeling on your spirit is so constricting. I can't put it any other way. It's like the air is thick, and then when I go to this park, it's like, whoa, it's like I forget about everything. And then guess what? When I come back out and I'm walking up the road, same bullshit. It's just the same feeling. So that's what you call the spirit. And again, if you do good, right, Your dwelling is blessed. Your habitat is blessed. If you do evil, sin lieth at the door. And sin, bro, the wages of sin is death. So you're going to have nothing but death, grief, chaos, confusion, bad feelings, anxiety, anger, bent up anger. All these different terrible things are going to be in your habitat. And this applies to cities, streets, neighborhoods, whatever. Wherever. Okay? This is Numbers 35:33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed. Right? Right? And you got nothing but, when you go outside to certain areas, you got nothing but trauma, murder for decades. There's been bloodshed, witchcraft, adultery, bad tidings, all these different terrible things. So that changes the vibration and frequency of a place. Like I said, it could be just a house, it can be a neighborhood, it can be a town. Like when I come into Toronto, because I don't live there, as soon as I come in, the air, I can feel the air thickens, man. Everything just fucking changes. The whole vibration changes, man. It changes to just wickedness. It doesn't feel good. Okay? It does not feel good. You start getting a little anxious. People start driving crazy. Them demons are out. And when we look up this word, defiled, or Salakia, ye shall not pollute. The word is hanap. Okay, to be profane, be defiled, be polluted. When we go down here, corrupt, to defile, greatly pollute, profane. When we go here, I like this word, to be profane. Number 2, be profane, be impious. I believe that's the word. We're going to get this word. Impious in the Adam Online. Irreligious, lacking reverence for the Most High. So if you lack reverence for the Most High, you're going to do bad on your neighbor. You're going to do bad to yourself. You're going to be doing bad to everybody around you. Simple. Right? From Latin, impious, without reverence. Irreverent, wicked, undutiful, unpatriotic. And the word pious goes back to having it or intended to show faith in and reverence for the supreme being. From Latin, pious, meaning dutiful, devout, conscientious. And what are people right now? They are not conscientious. People are actually, what is that word? They let go of the reins. I always quote this word too. I forget the word, but pretty much they let go of all their, hello. I forget the word. It's not coming to my mind right now. But people are not practicing constraint. They're not conscientious. They're ready to crash out. People are crashing out. Right? Never mind to stop and think for a second. Hey, how will this affect me? Nah, fuck that. I'm crashing out. And they think it's a game, right? They think it's a game. Right? It says religious, faithful to kindred, inspired by friendship, prompted by natural affection. What did Yahushua say? Yahushua said natural affection, the love of many shall wax cold. The natural affection of many. That's in Timothy's as well. Natural affection, brotherly love. That's why do you think the brotherhood is even more important right now? The fruits of the Spirit, being kind to your brother. Okay, looking out for him. Looking out for his interest before yours. Right? From Latin, purus. It's simple, pure or clean. So people ain't clean, they're defiled. They off. Right? And like I said, that spirit, when there's a bunch of wickedness, it changes the vibration of the place, man. Okay? This is Isaiah 26:21. For behold, the Lord Yahweh cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. This place is defiled, brother. Like I said, when you got guys committing adultery and then just offing each other for drugs or whatever the case is, that brings defilement to the land. Okay, when you jakes out there exercising your wickedness, you guys are pumping sin like guys pump iron, right? you're just bringing more destruction to your habitat, to your place, wherever you go, wherever you make your home. Okay? And that again, that spirals out into the community. And that's why certain places you just drive down and there's death. Like I said, where I used to live, this kid got shot up by the bus stop. When you go past that place, it just eerie, it's death. Okay? And think how much decades that happened. Guy got his brains blown out here, dude got shot up there 30, 40, I don't care, years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. That's all there. There's nothing that was cleansed there spiritually. So what do you think is going to happen? Okay, let's go to Proverbs 3. What is that, 33? It says, the curse of the Lord Yahweh is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitation of the just. Right? NLT says, the Lord Yahweh curses the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the upright. Simple and plain. So the house of the wicked is cursed. And guess what? Are we not in the house of the thief? Right? Zechariah 5. We're actually in the house of the thief. He shall enter into the house of the thief. You stole this land. You stole the people's nationality. You stole the people. You damn devil. You stole the people. So you ain't got nothing to say. Your track record speaks for you. Your record is on file, man. Okay? It's not undisclosed anymore. It's disclosed. Anyway, I hope you found that edifying. Shalom. Kahala Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Shalom to the elect.